Hi everybody, this is Christine, and we're here doing these little mini series on the benefits of far infrared. And today I want to talk to you about a really important subject, and it's something that affects everybody at some point in their life, and that is pain. Pain from an injury, pain from overworking, pain from something like fibromyalgia or arthritis or rheumatoid arthritis. The last thing you want to do when you are struck with pain is to reach for NSAIDs. That's non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. That would be like your ibuprofen, your Aleve, like that. The reason that you want to steer clear of those is that, number one, all they do is mask the pain. They do nothing to actually address the root cause of the pain. And the second thing that a lot of people maybe don't understand is that it wreaks havoc on your gut. In fact, what it really does is it destroys the good microflora in your gut, and it's just a very nasty thing that happens. And I just really try and help people to steer clear of using over-the-counter painkillers. But the amazing thing about far infrared, which as you can see I'm in my sonnet about ready to take a nice session here, is that far infrared and heat therapy is brilliant when it comes to dealing with pain. It's one of the oldest, most traditional, well-known remedies for helping with pain. And I want to just talk to you about a couple of different studies that were done that were really remarkable. One of them was in Japan, and they took two groups of women that were, had fibromyalgia, 13 women in two groups, and one group of women received the far infrared treatment 2 to 5 times during a week, and that continued over a period of 30 days. The other group did not receive the far infrared treatment, but just had some other types of treatment, such as maybe some physical therapy and whatnot. Well, of course, the group that was treated with far infrared reported instantly after the first session a 20 to 78% better rate of being able to, not feel the pain. So this is really quite a remarkable study. Another great study that they did, it was the same university group, in fact, was taking two groups of people with chronic pain. These are chronic pain patients. Both received behavioral therapy, also physical therapy, and rehabilitation therapy. But the second group also received far infrared therapy, heat therapy. This went on for 4 weeks. And the remarkable thing is that the group that was undergoing the far infrared therapy, they had a significant decrease in pain. And after a short time, they were able to return to work, and the pain was much, much less, and they were able to actually function and return to work. I'm going to be going into a couple of other studies as well, but this is really remarkable. So people that you know, or maybe yourself, that have anything from rheumatoid arthritis, maybe fibromyalgia, ankylosing spondylitis, which is another type of arthritis that affects the spine and the large joints. These are very inflammatory, painful conditions. Also something like, very different types of injuries from sports or from overworking. These are all highly benefited from far infrared. Now, how does it work? I want to explain to you a little bit about the mechanism. So far infrared, what it does is it brings an energy of blood flow to wherever the inflammation is. So there's an increase of blood flow to the inflamed area, and that really helps to really soften and diffuse the irritated nerve endings. It also helps in promoting fibroblast activity, and that's really what's necessary in order to see tissue healing and tissue repair. Also, it promotes growth of cells, and it promotes DNA synthesis and also protein synthesis, which is necessary again for tissue repair and generation. So we can see that heat therapy, far infrared therapy, is really remarkable when it comes to pain and fibromyalgia in particular as well. Something that a lot of people deal with, and it's very, very troublesome, and there's tremendous relief with far infrared when it comes to that. I just want to show you, as I always do, because I never want you to take my word for it, some really remarkable studies that have been done here. This is from the Psychotherapy Psychosomatic Journal from 2005, and the report is called The Effects of Repeated Thermal Therapy for Patients with Chronic Pain. Another profound clinical study is in the Journal of Medical Rehabilitation from 2004. Continuous low-level heat therapy is effective for treating wrist pain. So this was actually a randomized trial that was done, and they did it on several patients that were complaining of wrist therapy, and they could see a real significant improvement in functional status and in overall lowering of pain. Another remarkable study done, this is from 2006, repeated thermal therapy improves outcome in patients with chronic pain. And this was actually quite a long study. There's about 5 pages to that. Then another one when it comes to rheumatoid arthritis, which is very debilitating. Infrared sauna in patients with rheumatoid arthritis and ankylosing spondylitis, a pilot study showing good tolerance, short-term improvement of pain and stiffness, and trends towards long-term beneficial effects. That was from the clinic of the clinical studies of rheumatology. And then last but not least, this is also from 2008 in PubMed, the efficacy of WAIN therapy in fibromyalgia. Now, WAIN therapies, that's spelled W-A-O-N, that's actually the Japanese term, and it means warm, healing heat. And they actually they've done a lot of work in Japan when it comes to far infrared. They even have a far infrared society, and many, many doctors. It's mainstream in Japan and in China, in fact. So here we have these really remarkable studies proving the efficacy of far infrared when it comes to pain management. So I'm going to say goodbye, but I just hope that this has inspired you and encouraged you to really think about getting a far infrared system if you don't have one already. And those that have purchased the Sonnet, I hope you're spreading the good word about it. And remember, the next time you have any kind of issue with pain, hop into your far infrared system. You'll be that much better because of it. Signing off, Christine.